Hello everyone, GL1 here, and I hope you'll find this episode very interesting as it has some very unique and different He-Man action figures. These figures here go to the 2002 He-Man series that many people really love, including me. And there was an episode 15, where He-Man and Man-at-Arms had to go to an island to stop Skeletor from getting these power stones and becoming super powerful. Well, while there, He-Man and Skeletor were fighting, and they came in contact with a neutral character named Cyclone, who was protecting a Japanese-like temple that had the power stones. Well, as it turned out, both He-Man and Skeletor received this legacy armor. Now, they came out with a Man-at-Arms legacy armor action figure, and as I remember, he didn't have that in the episode. But in any case, I have it here, and we'll go through that. So when I got these figures, I had all three, and at some point, the chest armor on Skeletor flew off. And that is kind of the problem with these figures, is that you would push on this button here, and then it had a chest piece that would also fly off as a missile. And you can see that here on He-Man. So you push that, and then that would fly off and be an additional weapon, but also would be an additional thing you could lose, right? Like you see, they have the gold paint in there too. These are very highly detailed, and in fact, all of the action figures from the 2002 series were quite detailed. So not only did I lose the chest armor for the Skeletor, which for years I've not been able to find, but I also don't know where the missile is right now, but I think I have seen it, so I don't think that one's very missing. I think it's just probably in a box with other He-Man toys. And the thing about He-Man missiles, the series, is a lot of times the missiles are ubiquitous and you can use them in another figure, and I think that's what happened there. But because the chest armor was missing, I looked and looked and looked, and I eventually, and I know it took a long time, like maybe 2 or 3 years, for me to find the Skeletor in the package again, and this was quite some time ago. So I just had to have it complete, because these are just really, really neat figures. And, I'm not even sure I know where his sword is, actually, but that might be somewhere. So I have all complete right here in the package, and I have a He-Man in the package complete. The Skeletors to get in the package is about $73. The He-Man's about $43, and the Man-at-Arms is also somewhere in the $40 range. But let me go through some of the details on these figures. All right, so what the armor would do is it gave them these hydraulic jumping shoes. So they can come on and off like this, you see. And then you put that on, and it just kind of pressures in there. Let me back this up a little bit. Okay. So, and you could see that just the paint detail, highly detailed paint. And then, they're always mixing kind of like new technology, like sci-fi, modern kind of weaponry with ancient, weaponry like swords, because you have something that launches a missile. And he holds this in an underhand position, and then there's a button on the bottom, and then that would shoot off. This is another piece that would be really easy to lose, because it doesn't seat in a very hard way inside here. Very easy to just pick this up and, accidentally shoot it off, not realize you shot it off, and lose it. So, and then it has some kind of, I guess spear type of weapon right there. And these were all made 2002, so they're as old as the episode. The other thing they have is they do have a shoulder joint. They don't have any moving knees or elbows, and none of the He-Man toys from that time did. They could move their head around, and the helmet comes off. But they would also have little gimmicky things, like you could put his arm up, has a ratchet, and then you have a button here, and push that, and he could, well, punch, right, or karate chop, and he could also hold his sword, and then he could chop away with his sword. So, and the ratchet just lets you set the arm at different heights before you do the ratcheting, so you can lower it, and then you could even push it out, and then you could, hit you with the broadside of the sword if you wanted. All right, so that's the He-Man figure. You see, and this keeps accidentally firing off, so it's easy to have that shoot off and then not realize it and lose it. And when I was getting the Man-at-Arms off the shelf, this shot off, and I was like, oh no, I lost it. So I'm going to take those clear bungees and put it on all of these two figures because I don't want to lose it again. And then I think I'm going to take the missiles and put them in a storage, one of my little storage cabinets, and note where it is because I don't want to lose those either. So this one, see, and it's a hair trigger. I mean, you just delicately push that and it shoots off. So Man-at-Arms doesn't have a helmet that comes off, but he's got a very scary looking industrial steel sword. And then, just a big missile launching gun. His hydraulics for his jumping feet don't look as sophisticated as the ones He-Man has. And then lastly, well, you know what? Let's show some of the detail in the back. It's all these belts and, engravings in there. Very detailed figures. Like chainmail here. And you can see that, even on the He-Man, like it's a different chainmail, right? All right, and then Skeletor. All right, so this is not the scepter that comes with, actually, I don't think he comes with a scepter, but I guess I just gave him a scepter because I didn't know where the sword was. And these have been sitting on the shelf for quite a few years. I mean, they're 21 years old. They've been sitting on the shelf maybe that long. So, he's got very detailed look. He's got skulls for his feet and very significant looking hydraulic jumping feet. Although I think the stability of design in the He-Man one with the diagonal here would be more advantageous. And then his weapon on his hand has a clamp, so it can grab you, clamp you as a spring, all right? And then he also had a missile that fires. And again, you could take other missiles and put it in there. I don't know where the one is that went with that. But you can see he's got skulls on his shoulders. And lots of chainmail. These come off too. See, just pull that off. And kind of pressure that in there. And they stay on quite well, actually. And his head, his helmet can come off. So he's got, looks kind of like some kind of scary skull on there. Demonic looking, I have to say. And then the good old Skeletor hood. And even that, I don't think it comes off, but you can see it moves around. It's a separate piece. So, well, just in case, I ever lost the pieces again, I got myself a He-Man in the package. And I just love He-Man. So I always wanted to have these things available. And then nice significant box. And then it tells you, every little detail about the weapons and everything on there. And the Skeletor, all right, we can see what I'm missing here. So you can see it's got a really nice sword. Now that I've seen that, I'm going to look for it. But I have to admit, I don't remember seeing that recently, so I'm not sure where that is. I did go through my box of He-Man stuff, and I don't think that was in there. So I'll have to check a box. But I do feel like I've seen that missile somewhere. Kind of looks like a snake. All right. And then, but there they are, new in the package, and there's the chest piece that I lost. And I'm still hoping it's somewhere in my empire here. So I do hope one day it'll show up. But anyway, go ahead and check out episode 15 in the 2002 He-Man series if you can find that somewhere. This DVD set goes for over $100 now, like $130. And then I know if you have the separate volumes, there's 3 volumes, that's like $800. It's insane. But hopefully you have access to this, or I don't know if somebody's put them online, but they're really highly detailed episodes and fun to watch. They really cover a lot of He-Man lore and stories all the way up through the Snake Men. So, all right, well, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.